Have you ever looked up at the night sky, far from the city lights, and felt a profound sense of loneliness? Not a sad, isolating loneliness, but a vast, cosmic solitude. It's a feeling that connects us to our most ancient ancestors, who looked at these same stars and saw gods, myths, and pathways for the soul. You see 1 billion points of light, each a sun, many with their own families of planets, and you can't help but wonder, in all this infinite silent beauty, are we truly alone? For all of human history, that question has been a philosophical exercise, a dream for poets, and a goal for scientists. We've been shouting into the void, sending out our own little messages in bottles like the Voyager probes, etched with diagrams of our world and the sounds of our life. They are whispers of hope cast into an impossibly large ocean, hoping that someone, somewhere, might one day find them. But what if the void decided to send a message back? In recent years, our solar system has received visitors, not of the little green men variety, but something almost more profound. Objects violently ejected from their own star systems by gravitational chaos that have wandered the cold, silent void for millions, maybe billions of years before finally crossing our threshold. We had Oumuamua in 2017, a strange cigar-shaped object that tumbled end over end, accelerating away from the sun in a way we couldn't fully explain. It was too small, too fast, and too weird. It was a cosmic question mark. Then came 2I Borisov in 2019, which looked more like a comet we were used to, a reassuringly familiar sight. It was a visitor, yes, but one that spoke a language of physics we understood. And now we have the third visitor, a traveler known as 3I Atlas. And this one is different. It's not just a visitor, it's a ghost from a time before our sun was born, carrying secrets from a place we've never seen. A ghost that is forcing us to question everything we thought we knew about how solar systems are born, and perhaps what else might be traveling in the darkness between the stars. When we aimed the James Webb Telescope, humanity's most powerful eye on the universe, at 3I Atlas, we weren't just looking at a comet. It was performing an autopsy on a relic from an alien star system. It was reading a story whose beginning was written light years away and eons ago. It was deciphering a script not in ink, but in the language of light and chemistry. And the first chapter of that story was unexpected. Using its infrared vision, the JWST analyzed the halo of gas and dust surrounding the object, its coma. It found the usual suspects: water, carbon monoxide, the building blocks of comets. But it was the amounts, the recipe, that were shocking. 3I Atlas has the highest ratio of carbon dioxide to water ever seen in any comet. Ever. It's not just a little different, it's a fundamental outlier. Now that might sound like a dry scientific detail, but it's not. This is a clue. A vital clue to the kind of place this object once called home. Imagine trying to understand an entire continent from a single grain of sand. That's what this chemical signature represents. Scientists have two main theories. The first is that 3I Atlas was born in a place with far more radiation than our own comets ever experienced. A harsher, more violent stellar nursery, perhaps orbiting a massive, brilliant blue star whose stellar winds were a constant sterilizing storm. It's a chilling thought that this object is a refugee from a cosmic tempest, a survivor from a system that may have been too hostile for life as we know it. The other theory is, to me, even more poetic.
It suggests the comet formed at a very specific distance from its parent star, a place called the carbon dioxide ice line. Think of it like a shoreline on a cosmic scale. In our solar system, our comets formed mostly beyond the water ice line, where it was cold enough for water to freeze solid. But 3I Atlas seems to have been born in a different kind of coastal region, one where carbon dioxide was the primary material for building worlds. This isn't just a rock. It's a piece of alien geography. It's telling us that the rules for building solar systems might not be universal, that other star systems might have completely different zones, different architectures, different histories. And to make things even more profound, some studies of its trajectory suggest this object could be 7 billion years old. That's older than our Sun, older than the Earth. It's not just a visitor, it's an elder. It was already a seasoned traveler of the void when our planet was nothing but a cloud of dust and gas. It has witnessed a third of the universe's history. What stories could it tell? So we have this ancient, carbon dioxide-rich messenger from a long-lost star system. A fascinating story, right? But this is where the story splits, where the ghost in the machine reveals another, more unsettling possibility. Enter Dr. Avi Loeb, a physicist from Harvard. He's an intellectual maverick, known for pushing boundaries. He's looked at the same data and is asking a question that many in the scientific establishment deeply uncomfortable. Are we absolutely sure it's just a comet? Look at this image. Loeb points out something strange. The glow, the coma, appears to be ahead of the object, not trailing behind it. A normal comet's tail is pushed back by the pressure of solar radiation, like smoke in the wind. The sun's light literally shoves the dust and gas away. But this is different. It defies our expectations. And then there's its trajectory. It's moving at a blistering 130,000 miles per hour, and its path is finely tuned to the plane of our own planets. For a random object flung out of another system, that's like throwing a dart from a mile away and hitting not just the dartboard, but the bullseye. Is that a coincidence? Or is it a sign of something more? Now, Loeb isn't shouting, "It's aliens," from the rooftops. He's a scientist. He deals in cold, hard probabilities. But what he is saying is that this object's behavior is unprecedented, that we cannot and should not dismiss the possibility that it is anything other than a natural object, that the glow isn't from sublimating ice, but from something else, that its precise trajectory isn't an accident, that it might be, for lack of a better word, a piece of technology, a solar sail, a derelict probe, or something we can't even imagine. And this is where we find ourselves, standing at a crossroads between two incredible stories, each with the power to change our world. Is 3I Atlas a natural time capsule, a geological messenger carrying the chemical secrets of its violent, ancient birthplace? A silent witness to the birth of a star system that is nothing like our own? If so, it's a discovery that would reshape our understanding of the cosmos, proving that the blueprint for creating planets is more varied and wonderful than we ever dreamed. Or is it something else? A probe, a relic, a derelict from a technological civilization silently coasting through our system? If this is the case, then the implications are almost too vast to comprehend. It would mean the answer to that ancient question is a definitive no. We are not alone. Either way, its presence is a gift. It's a wake-up call. Whether it's a rock or a machine, it is a tangible piece of the interstellar world delivered right to our doorstep. It forces us to confront that feeling of cosmic loneliness and ask, with more urgency than ever before, what else is out there? 3I Atlas will continue its journey. It will loop around our sun, and then, as silently as it arrived, it will be flung back out into the great dark ocean between the stars. It will carry on with its journey, but it will leave us changed, humbled, and more curious than ever before. Because the greatest discoveries aren't always about the answers we find. They're about the questions we learn to ask. And this silent visitor has left us with the biggest question of all. So I leave the question with you. Is this silent traveler a natural wonder, a ghost from our universe's deep past? Or is it a messenger, the first definitive sign that we have never truly been alone? The story is still being written. Let me know in the comments what you think the next chapter holds.